If you're new here, I'm Ganit, and if you're already watching my One Piece chill channel, welcome back. So today we are going to read the newest chapter of One Piece number 1152. So of course, spoiler alert if you're not up to date with manga. But let's see what this chapter has. Let's go. It's called An Awful Day. But there's such a cute cover page in Arishan Pilgrimage. Volume 36, Pilgrimage, I think. Delivery complete. Kawamatsu, daimyo of Hakuma, receives Otama's head. I'm just distracted from the title by the picture itself. That's so cute! Look, Tama here, shown with her heart in Yamata's thoughts. And Kawamatsu always being adorable. I always love to see him. Everyone's reactions. Everyone is smiling. Okay, this is too sweet. Too much sugar. And then the chapter is called An Awful Day. So the chapter is going to be harsh. This is going to be a bit of a contrast. And note from Oda Sensei. Bread is too delicious. I so agree. Okay, Caldi's toast spreads and lunch packs are so good. It's honestly becoming a problem. Yeah, I kind of feel you. Abnormal haki emanates from the realm of the sun. Let's hurry to the lift. Gert, we'll leave this sack of filth in your care. Okay, very polite. Got it. So they are leaving Loki. I feel like we could, right? But I feel like we could use Loki. Be careful. I shall dedicate all my might to this. Gert, Tase. Hyrodin, move it. Let's get going. I'd better stay too, Luffy, Chopper says. Yasan's wounds are too severe. We can't move him yet. Obviously, Gyaban is also staying, but when they say sack of filth, then obviously not talking about him, they're talking about Loki. Got it. I'll leave it to you. Straw Hat Luffy, Gyaban says. Be mindful of the way you use Conqueror's Haki. Those guys are by no means immortal. Be mindful of the way you use Conqueror's Haki, they are not immortal. So does he mean like if you use like remember we learned to use armament Haki in a certain way. So maybe if we use Conquerors in a certain way, that's the type of Haki that helps us hurt them. So it's not just using Haki, using like armament Haki like we did in one. It's specifically using Conqueror's Haki. That's when your attacks will actually harm them. Thanks, you can count on me. I'll save Kalon and his friends no matter what. Gyaban, that just made it click for me, Loki says, sitting up. I wasn't able to put it in words before. My own power. I'm the only one left who's faced these nights before. I know I can beat them. Yeah, I have trust in him. Free me and take me with you, Hyrodin. You? Hyrodin answers. Fighting for Elbaf? I feel like more like fighting because he hates these guys. Like I'd never take you with us. There's another in your group who uses Conqueror's Haki. Gyaban notes. Yeah, that's probably talking about Zoro, but Sanji is like, is it me? Is it me? Like, wouldn't you know what Haki you use, man? I knew it. With how things were going, Mosshead and Jinbei were about to usurp me. You there, Swordsman. Your body seems to be growing accustomed to it. I have Conqueror's Haki. Zoro's like, what? What? You didn't know? It's been oozing off you. Yeah, I think that makes sense. How absurd. Haki is a power that must be understood and tamed. Your captain is one of the 4 emperors. You should be meticulous if you intend to have his back. Oh, my bad. Yeah, that was a huge burn because I feel like for Zoro it is important to have Luffy's back and be the best right hand mate of his captain. Hey, old man, what about me? Sanji tries. Sanji, could he develop Conqueror's Haki? I feel he's like in a stronger trio still. I think, well, we have Jinbei obviously, as he even mentioned, Mosshead and Jinbei were about to usurp me. But is he still like felt strongest, or like is Jinbei taking his place? Either way, I feel like he has potential. Hyrodin, you're pathetic. You'd rather sit back and let this outsider save our homeland, Loki screams. I'm right here. Use me. who's to say you won't side with the government? You could easily stab Elbaf in the back again. I kind of can understand why Hayarudin doesn't trust him if he thinks that Loki killed his father, and we also know for a fact that Loki did a lot of stupid shit overall, aside from that moment, you know, just like you did on that day. How can you expect me to trust you? And yeah, and I remember, I think we had a flashback also that Loki wasn't really nice to Hayarudin either, so it is understandable, but like practically speaking, I feel like Loki would be a huge help. And I guess Hayarudin didn't see the scene of Loki and God's Knights, and he doesn't realize that, yeah, Loki, I bet he doesn't like them. He was offered to side with them, and he didn't take this opportunity. Hayarudin, hurry, we can't let the casualties pile up anymore. Hey, Loki, Luffy screams, join my crew, okay? With the classics. I feel like it's been a while. Wait, that would be crazy. He wouldn't fit on the ship. If he does, then you can't complain. If I free him, right, Hayarudin? Maybe it could be a temporary join. Wait, are we thinking Loki for Nakama? Hug, get real, Luffy. There's no way we'd fit him on the ship. I'm sorry. Zora has the same thought as me. He's like, he won't fit on the ship. Like, let's think from the practical side of things. Yeah, think of the food supply, Sanchez. Yeah, good point. He eats even more than you do. Elbaf doesn't seem to want him, but he seems okay to me. Besides, if he tries anything, I can always beat him up. Luffy. Don't mess with me, you runt. There's no way I'm becoming your underling. Yeah, I feel like Loki has too much of this ego, right? To be under someone. You're going... Okay. You're going off your guard, huh, Straw Hat? I can't wait to see how he fights. Hayarudin, what are you doing? The lift is ready to go. I come in now. Yeah, we don't have time to argue. Sorry, Straw Hat, Loki is a condemned criminal in Elbaf. I can't just hand him over to you, Hayarudin says, carrying Luffy away. But now Yaban says his word. Hayarudin, release Loki. And he is smart. I think he knows, like, that would be a huge asset for us. What was that, Yasan? 14 years ago, Loki murdered 113 members of the Castle Guard. He left Elder Yarul at the brink of death, killed his own father in cold blood, and he is the worst criminal our country has ever known. That's what we are told, but I think it was implied that it's not really true, and Loki didn't do it actually. But as I was saying, that made me suspicious of Elder Yarul, because see, it's even said, like, Loki specifically, right, left him on the brink of death. So Elder Yarul is the only surviving witness, and we have his word saying it has been Loki. Now, could it be some kind of gray area? Maybe Loki did kill some of the castle guards. Maybe he was there. Maybe he did attack Elder Yarul, but he didn't kill the father. Like, yeah, we don't really know the details of it. But I feel like at least it was implied that he didn't kill the father of his and Hayarudin's father. I know, but on that day I felt a strange emanation of Haki coming from West Castle. Yaban is saying Shanks and I went there to investigate. Looking back, it's possible we didn't have the whole story. Exactly, and if it was like a strange emanation of Haki, could it be, again, like I said, like God's Knights, Imusama in through one of God's Knights, like they are doing now? You went to the castle? What? Wait, did you just say Shanks? Because Luffy's curious about that. Stanson, I'm sorry, go ahead without me. Hayarudin is saying, Zora, Sanji, I'll catch up in a bit. Okay, so we are sending a group of strong warriors now, but our strongest warriors are still coming a bit late. Okay, escalating this a little bit, right? First we have like our, I guess, least strongest, still strong, but least strongest. Now we get our stronger ones, and the strongest will arrive in the end to kind of, you know, give God's Knights a chance. Okay. This dumb Shanks thing again. Zora is mad. Hey, don't call Shanks dumb. He means you're the dumb one. Wait, what? Why Zoro is mad about this? I wonder, does he feel that Luffy pays too much mind to Shanks? Does he feel it kinda undermines Luffy being a cool emperor himself? Or does he feel jealous? in a non-romantic way. Gyaban, Hyruddin, who else can get him talking? You may have had different mothers, but you are still brothers. You have 3 minutes to explain, Loki. Hyruddin asks, so tell me your side of the story, I suppose. Only you can make him tell this, Hyruddin. You are still brothers, so ask him for his side of the story. Tell me what happened in the castle 14 years ago. If you truly consider yourself a warrior of Elbaf, swear on our gods that what you say is the truth. Are we getting it? Are we getting the truth? Okay, let's see. That's cruel, brother, Loki says. Oh, this frame with Gerd is just gorgeous. You really want me to relive that day? I don't want to remember. It was an awful day, and that's the name of the chapter, an awful day. So we are getting the events of this awful day. And if he names it like this, it must mean it was awful for him too. It must mean, yes, he was not at fault. Okay, let's see. Look, up in the sky. Is this Loki up in the sky? 14 years ago, Elbaf, West Castle, Dogga, ha ha ha, why, it's Loki. Prince Loki has returned. Elder Yarul just arrived to beautiful castle, still everything untouched. He summoned you too, Loki. Something like that. This is my family's home, you know. You seem well, old man. You haven't grown sick of life yet? Quiet, you. The king is in the audience chamber. Okay, so King has summoned Loki and Yarul, and they're just, first of all, immediately, Loki is just coming in because he summoned. It's not like he launched an attack on the castle. I wonder what he wants, Loki says. It's hard to care about the whims of a government dog. He sold out to the people who killed Rox. So the king did agree to work with the government. Because remember, Imusama said, if King Harald wasn't such and such, then it would all go smoothly. So I thought King Harald didn't want to side with them. But here, by their conversation, it seems like he agreed to work with the government. Okay. So he sold out to the people who killed Rox. If that's the direction Elbaf is heading, then I will oppose it. You're being loud. I'm too old for this stuff. Politics is a young man's game, Yarul says. But then Loki continues, we're in this mess because you keep spouting that kind of nonsense. Now we've got a whole generation of peace-addled brats who can't even hold a weapon. And I guess I like the direction Elbaf is going with being more peace-loving, but you have to admit that if you don't have any warriors, especially in a world like this, they do know that there are dangers, the world government itself, for example, and then these dangers come to your home and you don't have anything to protect you. And especially in the distant history, that's how many empires have fallen. For example, when we were studying Sumer civilization, it started pretty simple, but then they started living better and they relaxed a lot. Like we were told, they started relaxing and writing poetry and just chilling, and that's when the other tribe came and conquered them, and then that other tribe also became more civilized and also started chilling and writing poetry, and so another tribe came and conquered them. So yeah, I can understand Loki's thoughts here, right? If we don't have any warriors left in the new generation, who is going to protect our home? That's just a sign of the times, Yarul is saying. It's nice to know that my great-great-grandchildren won't see combat. They want peace. Yeah, that would be perfect. But then the whole world has to be like that. Coward, it's your duty to whip them into shape. What's that sound? It's coming from the throne room. Okay. Let's go. Thank you for coming, Elder Yarul. Loki, young master, it's a pleasure to have you back. So these are just regular guards of the castle greeting them, but something seems to be happening in the throne room, of course. Well, let me just consult with the king. He summoned me, and this is my home. Open up, you idiot. Yeah, young master, violence is. Oh my gosh, poor guard. He does abuse this poor guard, and he does break down the doors. He's saying, "Old man, I'm bad," and I feel like this is going to be a crazy page next. I just want to say, so far, it seems like Harald was already attacked in the throne room by the time they came. And there is a point that Loki does disagree with the politics of his father, but it's not shown anywhere in this flashback that he had any intent to like dethrone, attack, murder him, etc. Okay, let's see. I feel like it's going to be a scene of murder. Oh wow. Okay. It is a scene of murder, but not what I expected. What is going on, Harald? What the hell are you doing? And Jarl also saw it. And it doesn't seem, because I said Jarl is suspicious because he's saying Loki is at fault. He's the only witness and he's telling that Loki is at fault. So that is suspicious because if we see that Loki isn't really, then the one at fault has to be Elder Jarl. For some reason, we don't know the motives. But here, in Loki's flashback, he is not implicated in any way. They just came in together and they saw the scene of murder together. But what the fuck is going on here? He doesn't seem to be murdered by like God's knights or anything. He seems to be like murdered by his own people. They seem to be okay themselves, not like they turned or anything. But King Harald looks weird. Maybe the thing is that he was turned. He looks like the Shadow. Something wrong with like his face, I feel like. So maybe he was flipped and these guards are just like protecting themselves, so to say. That's why they are attacking him. And so Harald himself was a danger and we had to kill him. Actually, maybe Loki did kill him in the end, like deal the finishing blow, but because there's no saving from the flipping and Harald was being a huge danger to them, so they kind of had to do it. But that's like the end of the flashback for now. Now we go to Realm of the Sun, Yaban's house. What a staggering view. This is the best, right? Hahaha. It's been quite a while since we've shared a bath. How long it been? 3? Maybe 4 years? I feel like that's still in the flashback. Get real, it's been 10 years since the captain died. That long? Huh? That must feel like forever ago to you. Well, 10 years, that's a lot. Yeah, life's completely changed, Shanks is saying. I honestly just wanted to be a carefree pirate with Bucky. Gosh, imagine that. That is so cute that he said it. Imagine if he and Bucky were just like together, carefree pirates, chilling. I don't know, it's in alternative universe. I would love to see it. Still, Elbaf, there are some things I'd like to know. Understandable, you were a child of destiny, but let's not dwell on tricky topics today, Shanks. Say, remember Little Garden, the island where we met Dory and Brogy? Of course. Hot enough, Yasan, Shankun? Whoa, you scared me. Ripley's just looking at them in the window. Yeah, that's... Yeah, it's great. Well, did it say it's Gyaban's house and she's his wife, or what is their like situation? Well, they are together, right? So obviously it's expected to see her here. This spot really is the best, she's saying. So this is what a human giant household is like, Shanks notices. So they have like a home together with their kid. They live together, and yeah, that's just so sweet, because the way it was presented at first, it was like, yeah, this is his father, but it didn't show them, so to say, like as a family that lives together, just as a fact that, yeah, he is just technically a father, right? And obviously he has the connection to his son, and obviously there's some care between him and Ripley, but it kind of didn't show them as a pair, I feel like. So seeing that they have a shared house and actually like live together with their son, that's really sweet. Have some lingonberry tart and help yourself to drinks. Ooh, okay, I'm getting hungry. Shankun. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Got any juicy old stories about Yasan? Oh, that's exciting. Oh, that looks so cozy. Gosh. So there are like big spaces and small spaces. That's sweet. About Gyaban-san? Oh, I got one. Anytime we made it to a port, there were who knows how many. Oh, ouch. You brat, if you want to make it out of this country alive, you'll zip it. He wanted to talk, I think, about his adventures with lovers. Do you know Harold? He is the king of Elbaf. The people think of him like a god. Yeah, I met him at Marijoa. We got along right, Shanks answers. We couldn't speak freely in the Holy Land. Now that we are both in this country, I really want to talk to him before it's too late. Yeah, I feel like this events are happening in parallel to what is happening in the castle. So this is just like, yeah, I came to speak to him before it's too late. And now it's already too late. Because, yeah, that day, the massacre at the castle took place. Elbaf's most beloved king, Harold the Benevolent, lost his life. What's this? Let us out! Who closed the gate? Help! Elder Yarul! This is the forbidden devil fruit passed down within Elbaf. But just how did this man come to be so highly regarded by his people? I feel like it's kind of poses a question, like there's some weird secret, some bad secret about King Harold. And we already know that he sided with the government, and I'm like, what is really going on? And we see someone close the gate to murder everyone, so there would be no witnesses. Maybe exactly to push this on Loki and then force Loki to get on their side, using the fact that he is contained as a criminal as a leverage, like will free you and you will be with us as like a god's knight. Maybe that was like super elaborate long thinking plan, because we see Elder Yarul also getting hurt here, but we don't see who is doing this. And someone is saying this is the forbidden devil fruit passed down within Elbaf, but the silhouette doesn't look like Loki, for example. And then we have a huge double page. Let's see, a long time ago. Okay, that's all right. 109 years before the present day. If you asked anyone who the scariest thing on the sea is, the answer would always be the same: the giant warrior pirates. That was how things were in that era. Oh my gosh, is that Dorian Broggy younger? I think that they're barely recognizable. I feel like in that age, even ships from the land of the giants, it's a giant ship, evoked immense fear due to Elbaf's reputation. I heard there's a beautiful princess in your castle. Let's have a peek. Wow, hehe. He was one of the reasons for said reputation. King Harald, young King Harald, looking so sharp. Oops, my foot slipped. Your Majesty, please stop this. Yeah. Oof. Bararara, what the heck is he doing? He was very much like what they're saying about Loki right now, it seems. Harald began his reign at 45 years of age, just in human terms. Despite this, King Harald, remarkably enough, was pure scum. Barahaha, go on, tell me who your god is. The untold story of Elbaf's renowned ruler. Okay, that's crazy. But that's kind of his backstory, yeah. So maybe he matured and he changed. But as a young man, he was no better than what they're saying about Loki now. So that's what the line was about, Harold the Benevolent. But how did this man come to be so highly regarded by his people? And then we see that many years ago, he was pure scum. He also looks pretty cool. I like his design. Design on the eye here too. Okay, a lot of mystery in Elbaf. That's really exciting. But I feel like that's it for this chapter. I don't know what to say about King Harold. I want to see more of this backstory. I feel like we'll get this in the next chapter. So what do you think about this and about what's going to happen? Like, what is the mystery? What are your thoughts? Please share this in the comments down below. But I feel like that would be it for today. So thank you for watching and see ya.